This ordinary college professor had so much money at home that even Sachs couldn't hold it all. One day on his way home from work, the man saw a car accident. As he was about to call the police, he discovered a bag full of money in the backseat of the car. Unable to resist temptation, he moved the money to his own car. But when he got home, he suddenly realized that if he wanted to keep the money safely, he had to make sure there was no trace left at the accident scene. So he rode his bicycle back to the site, got into the wrecked car and prepared to hide it somewhere. Unfortunately, he ran into traffic police on the way. If they stopped him, everything would be ruined. Just then, another driver ahead suddenly broke through a checkpoint. The scene instantly turned chaotic. Taking advantage of the commotion, the man quickly turned around, but one police car still spotted him. Thinking fast, he parked the car between two large trucks and turned off the headlights. Successfully evading the police pursuit, he drove the car back home and hid it in the garage. Then he dug a big hole in the yard, buried the two victims of the accident inside, cleaned up all traces in the car, and disposed of the clothes he had been wearing. Finally, he drove the accident car back onto the road. Coincidentally, he ran into the police again. The officers found the car familiar, but since this model was very common, and the professor passed the breathalyzer test, they let him go. He drove to a remote lake, wiped off all fingerprints from the car and left. Back home, the professor stared at the huge bag of cash, feeling troubled. His biggest problem now was making the money legal. Even if he deposited $5 million a day, it would still take 3 years to finish. Just then his daughter came to him complaining about a ringing phone that was keeping her awake. He stepped onto the balcony and realized the sound was coming from the pit. Terrified, he quickly searched online. Even worse, he found out that the police could easily track the phone's location via satellite.